Hi guys, Bohemian with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart readings, and I just wanted to pop on again while I have a little bit of quiet time to do another reading. This will be just a little check-in to see what is going on with your love. So this could be, someone you're interested in, someone you have a relationship with, someone you see every day, someone who's far away. It doesn't matter. I left the intentions very open for this reading so we can see what's going on with them, whether it is, something they're actually physically engaged in doing that's consuming their time or more of an internal process. So I am back open for personal readings again, and I will put my information down in the description box after this is posted live. But you can catch me on Facebook, Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart. You can find me on Instagram, bohemianstars_oceanheart, and email at oceanheartconjure, okay? So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can go ahead and pick more than one person if you just want a little peek in, just a quick little snapshot of what is going on with them lately. What are they up to? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. And at the end, of course, we'll draw. Oh, you can already see in my reveal the subconscious cards that are for everybody who watches. Okay, so starting with number one, we have trust. And we have Queen of Angels, which is the Queen of Swords here, visionary. So this person, I think, is really working on trying literally to find trust within themselves. The Queen of Swords is not somebody who carries a lot of trust and openness. So this person might even be pulling away and having some solitary time. So if you're noticing it, that with this person, with this partner that you're having, that they're pulling away, or they seem distracted, or they're just not really as warm and fuzzy. Hi, Arita. This could be why they're having something trigger a bit of trust issues, whether that's a particular situation or just in general. We've had so much astrology hammering away at us. Who knows what is coming up internally for each of us. So this person is, really hitting their own personal boundaries when it comes to how do they interact with others. Are they hitting some of their defense mechanisms, things of that nature? Now, I do see somebody very consumed with work for some of you and really trying to focus on a bit of their survival. So they need to kind of, their trust comes more in knowing that they're okay, that they don't have to be workaholics, that they don't have to be on the grind all the time. But it's much of a head game. So you might find this person being very much in their own mind. It can come out as a little bit of sharpness towards others or a little bit of detaching that's going on at this time. But I feel like don't take it personal if you're experiencing this from this partner, or if they're not getting back to you in time, or if they're seeming a little bit quick or short, short when they're messaging back or things of that nature, because I think this person is just really coming up against their own kind of I don't know, kind of fencing in their own life, where they're going to have to see, are they going to expand and be a little bit more trusting in life, a little bit less cynical, a little bit more positive and warm, or are they going to kind of try to go in old modes and old habits? And so that's kind of what's going on with them, that I guess the universe is trying to have them change a little bit. They have excellent vision, they know what they want and to accomplish it, but it's kind of like, the saying that a closed fist can't receive anything. And that's kind of what's going on with them right now, is learning to be a bit more receptive, a little bit more warm and open, and a little bit more trusting. So that is an internal thing with them. Don't take it personal if they're not being, the most open with you and such at this time. So for those of you who chose number two, we have healer, and we have the Two of Pentacles reverse, the Two of Trees reverse. This person it looks good. I think they're doing some self-care. It's like they definitely probably ran themselves into the ground. This person could have had more than one job. They might have had a few children. They might have been doing like work and school at the same time, just really, really, really trying to balance too much. Some of them might, like, it might be an extensive period in their time in their life now that they're kind of recouping. So you might be like, man, they've been recouping for years, but I feel like they really went through a lot all at once that just hit them in multiple areas of their life, and it, like, physically or financially or both, kind of really drained them in a way that it's almost like they have to really recover physically from what has gone on in their life. So this, I think they're really focusing on kind of nurturing themselves or those around them that they have to take care of. Now, there could be a few people who are actual healers, so maybe they're empaths or they do some kind of spiritual work, and they might, anyone who does spiritual work, after you do that, it's very exhausting and draining. You have to kind of pull away, heal yourself, work on yourself for a while, whether it's fitness and actual physical healing. I feel like there was some overextending that happened and just kind of being too much on the grind. And so that's really what they're focusing on. I do feel that there are some people who have, your partner may have been going through a tough time with work, or maybe had hours cut or been laid off. Yeah, you can pick a deck too if you are, have a love interest or someone that you're inquisitive about. Of course, yes. Um, so yes, for number two, I feel like there's just a lot of downtime. So it might be a good time if you are with this person as a partner to try to be understanding with them. If they are, you might feel like, oh, they're just being lazy, they're laying about the house, but it's showing that this person really needs some recuperation and some healing. Or they might just be getting to that point where you're noticing that they're really, really overextending themselves and that they need to pull back and kind of refocus before they endanger their health or really run themselves into the ground. So that's what's going on with them. For number three, we have abundance. Okay. And we have the Six of Trees. So the Six of Pentacles. So this is really good. I feel like if you pick number three, your love is somebody who is stepping into some abundance, and whatever they have that is abundance to them in their life, that they're already sharing it to others. So this person could it's actually funny if you're on here like, what is my partner up to when I'm not around? I feel like they're really helping people. I don't feel like that's just an excuse. I feel like, if there's been some tension, I'm feeling it like maybe somebody's kind of tuning in and there's been some tension with your partner and you're not really sure what's going on. I feel like they're genuinely helping. So if they're saying that they're going and helping out the family, like their family really does need their help and they really are trying to be helpful. They're not trying to be exclusionary or cause, weird tension or anything. I feel like this is a very generous partner. They really do like to be out doing good for others. It makes them feel good. They feel like they have enough energy or enough finance to do so. See them having a really big heart, and just wanting to kind of spread the love around and really caretake, which is really great. If this is somebody that you're interested in and getting to know, I feel like they do like to go out and do good things. They like to take care of their friends, their family. If they can help out, they will. And so I think that's very beautiful. All right. For those of you who chose number four, we have intuition and we have the Six of Angels, which is the Six of Swords. So, oh, sorry. Let me pause that. I'm like, this is live. I had little music and it started talking on the TV. Okay. Our little ocean. Okay, so we have intuition and the Six of Swords. So for those of you who chose number four, you might have a partner who's actually literally moving. We're kind of after the first of the month now when there's a lot of moving. Thank you so much, Arita. But I do see movement. I see travel. So you could have that going along. Oh my gosh, I'm so tongue-tied. Going on around your partner a lot is travel. Even if it's like some people's idea of traveling is not the same as another's. Like here in the Midwest where I'm currently living, driving just to the next city, which is like 20 minutes away, people won't do it. Like they think it's so freaking far. But then I grew up in LA and like you have to drive hours to get everywhere. That's, 15 miles away. So I feel like with this person, with number four, that can take up a lot of their energy. I feel like they really want to sit more with themselves internally and just kind of be in their own vibe. And they really are going with the flow and moving with their own intuition. So they can be a little bit hard to pin down sometimes because you're like, what is your schedule? What are you doing? Your life doesn't make sense. But they really are just kind of sitting in their internal flow. I do see them really wanting to drop baggage, really spending time to kind of weed through the people that they're around. Now, some of you, I'm feeling like that won't happen as quickly as you want it to be. I do feel like they are listening though, but they want to make sure that their decisions are the right way. So if you're tuning in and you're like, what's going on with my partner? They're always hanging around with these people that I don't like. I feel like they are listening to all sides of the situation. And I feel like they really just want to make sure that they're right with their own intuition. You know, we all have to answer to our own conscience, and that they really do want to make sure that they are leaving the negative behind and moving forward in a positive way in their life. And so really just be supportive of them. I definitely am picking up though, for some of you, it's not going to be as quickly as you want, but I feel like they really are turning over new leaves and just moving forward in a really positive way in their lives. So that's good, but definitely could be some travel or moving as well that could be occupying that person. Okay, for number 5, we have discernment. Speaking of getting better with being able to tell how people are, and then 9 of Cups reversed. All right. So for those of you who chose number 5, I feel like this partner really is like needs to work on self-esteem and self-love. I feel like they're the kind of the opposite of 4 in a way, where they don't really trust themselves with how they see the world and how they connect with others, because they don't have a good sense of self, and they don't have a good sense of like who they are, or they very quickly can like fall out of love with themselves. And so it might be hard for them to interact. You know, they might go through a time where they really believe you and that everything's wonderful and that you're really loving to them, and then they'll doubt it because they don't have self-love and they don't really understand, you know, they don't know how to sustain it. I feel like they kind of go back and forth. And so it's like they have these moments of clarity where they can really believe in it and feel like they have a lot to give. Hi, Phyllis. But then they have times where they just get like drained, like so drained, and they just lose that focus, and they just stop seeing the good in themselves. And so if they're pulling away, or I honestly, I pick up a bit of self-sabotaging that can happen from this partner. So it's just good to be aware of. It can be very tough sometimes, you know, to love someone when we have our own faults that we see in ourselves, or to love our partner when our partner is having a time of just really going through like kind of self-loathing, or, you know, deprecating on themselves all the time. And I feel like this person goes back and forth. They go through like really, you might feel like sometimes you're on the same spiritual wavelength with them, and like, you know, they expand you and it's great, and then they like turn the other way around, and they're just really low, and they start having these sabotaging cycles. So this is kind of like what's going on with this person internally. I think they want to get, you know, better at it, but they're really not, they're still kind of really in the cycle of that. And so they kind of do need the time to pull away. I think that they know it's healthier to pull away when they start getting really down on themselves, and it might be better to give them some space until they kind of recharge and refill themselves up. Otherwise, I feel like if you try to stay too close to them when they get very negative on themselves, they might just become very damaging to you in the relationship, because, you know, any human being, when we're not believing we're worth love, we're going to push that person away if they're trying to love on us. And I think that this is what this partner goes through. Okay, for those of you who chose number 6, what is your lover, your crush, your partner up to? Patience and the ego. Okay, so this person, yeah, this person definitely struggles with a lot. Let's see, the ego collapse. I think if you picked number 6, you might know, you might be able to read your partner and know just like they have some big issues that need to be worked on. And I think they're very well aware of them. You might be like, yes, they know, shoot, they know exactly what they're doing. But this person, I feel like they hide a lot. I feel like whereas this person, it's kind of like a cycle, and you're like, you know, fighting with them to love them, and it's like this whole thing and kind of a little bit more messy. This person might just kind of, you don't know, they might ghost you a lot, and they might just go, and it's almost like they compartmentalize their other side of themselves that they don't want to work on, or that they don't want to process. And but they expect you to have patience and to just, you know, see you when they see you. So I think that it's good that you really try to you know, I feel a little bit of a warning for those of you who have number 6, that you're, whether it's a phase that your partner's going through, if it's, you know, you're like, this is your husband, you know them, they might be really going through something, or if it's a new person that you're dating, you know, really make sure that you know the full breadth of this person. I don't feel like this is a partner to really exclude. If your friend's trying to give you some insight about something that happened or something, I feel like there's more you need to know about this partner, and it's like have patience before diving in a little deeper, because they're definitely working through some big stuff. There could be some, addictions or bad habits or things of that nature that's going on with this partner that they don't want you to see. For those of you who are aware of it, it could be sometimes expecting too much patience from you. So, we're all human, but I do feel like this is a bit more flagged, a little bit more intense, a little bit more of a warning in number 6 versus number 5 is kind of just needing to find some self-love and maybe having some smaller kind of bad, habits and relationships. This is kind of a bit more intense. Um, yeah. Yeah, so it'll play back. I'm gonna let it post for those of you who missed and are just coming in. Um, yes. So it's having patience, but I'd really keep, yeah, just kind of watch. Be the fly on the wall with this relationship. I feel like this partner might go away and try to deal with things, which is good that it's not being projected on you. But you do want to be aware, because if it's something that is, very, I feel like the way the reading is, it might be very against your moral compass, what's going on with them, or it could be something that could be damaging to them or yourselves. So really just kind of stay aware that you might not be on the same paths that are healthy for each other right now. And really try to be aware with that. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if it cut out or something. Everybody wants to deal with their insecurities. So your partners that are on, yeah, I do feel like there's a big awareness for everybody who had like an issue or something that they're working on in their life. I feel like everyone has a partner who's kind of thinking about it or aware of it somewhat. And then we have prosperity. So everybody's mind's on their money, on having to work, on having to survive. How can we get that as well? So overall, kind of people are thinking about life. Everyone's trying to take care of themselves, and the individuals were just a little bit more in depth of what's going on right now. So keep in mind, it's been some crazy astrology. I have a lot of clients who are very concerned because everybody's kind of all over the place. So it is good when there's a ton of big astrological transits. I'm an astrologer as well. Hopefully, I'll do more astrology videos to give yourself a little wiggle room. Look, hear the sirens right now. Mercury retrograde, you'll always immediately hear more sirens. So I hope everything is going well with you and your partners, and I hope this helped a little bit. Those are the decks that we use. Go ahead and leave comments down below, and I will talk to you soon.